Raul Smith here. This is an exclusive for both YouTube and Facebook Live. I wanted to come on here and address something. So I know that I've been using the Are We Not Entertained podcasts on the Closing Tag Network primarily lately for my professional wrestling takes. And that was not originally what the Are We Not Entertained podcast was designed for. Primarily, when I first put it together and decided to make that a separate podcast from everything else, I wanted to express my thoughts on Marvel and on DC and on movies and TV shows and stuff that's entertaining for everyone and not just a niche select few. Even fewer when you consider most of my friends and family don't really follow wrestling or know of stuff like AEW or New Japan or anything like that. The last couple weeks have been challenging. I've recorded and then deleted no less than 2 different rants on my thoughts on the whole Vince McMahon situation. The Vince McMahon situation, which has now gone completely nuclear. I mean, I don't see how this guy escapes prison time short of just dying before he even makes it to trial. Between that and my fandom kind of waning a little bit, there's some external factors going on there. I'm going to be shutting all pro wrestling takes down until further notice. When I have the energy, the time, and the get up and go to create a separate dedicated podcast for my professional wrestling takes, that is when I will start talking about wrestling again on the Closing Tag, on any of the Closing Tag podcasts. Until then, I am going to refrain from any further discussions about WWE or AEW or New Japan or Vince McMahon or The Rock or any of, aside from The Rock's Hollywood career, which seems to be kind of on hold. Pretty much everything else is I don't have the energy or the desire to really talk about it right now. So with that said, the next Are We Not Entertained Closing Tag podcast will likely be discussing some goings on as far as Marvel, as far as what's going on with casting for some of the stuff that they got coming out here pretty shortly, like Agatha Harkness and Fantastic Four. What Deadpool 3 is going to mean as far as maybe bringing the X-Men into the MCU, that sort of thing. So until then, unfortunately, Are We Not Entertained is on hold. We're going to focus on the other podcasts for now. Speaking of which, I will probably drop a new Sports Central episode sometime in the next couple of days. There has been some movings going on in the NBA as well as the NFL. So keep an eye out for that. And until then, remember to include your closing tags. Thanks.